Hey, what's happening? Hope you're well. My name is Ashley Jeffers and I help people get more of what they want, whether that's time, money, or anything else. If you usually get value from my content, just type value in the comments. Thanks. Last week we talked about assets and liabilities. If you missed it, make sure you go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. This week we're going to talk about cybersecurity. With this so-called global pandemic, businesses are closing down or forcing people to work from home. So now cybersecurity is more important than it's ever been. With most things like life insurance, home insurance, and security systems, most of us don't think about it until it's too late. A lot of businesses tend to have several security devices that filter out the nasties on the internet before it even reaches the person. But we take these for granted, and these are not things that we have at home. When we're at home, it's just us and the internet. We're all targets, and we are responsible for our own cybersecurity. So I'm going to give you a few things you should do. Firstly, secure your Wi-Fi connection. If you've only been with your internet service provider a few years, then you're probably all good, as most new routers come with strong passwords already set up. But if you've had your router for, let's say, 6 years or more, so 2015 or earlier, it's not a given. You can have a really weak password, or in some cases no password at all. Although hackers getting access to your data and stealing your money is obviously a huge risk, most people overlook the fact that some hackers are using people's unsecure Wi-Fi and committing crimes, which are getting innocent people in trouble because the crime was committed using their Wi-Fi. So yeah, you need full encryption, full authentication, and strong passwords on your Wi-Fi router. Number 2, if you run your own business from home, then the free cloud services that are out there like Dropbox and Google Drive or Google Docs are not really going to cut it. If all you're doing is just storing photos, then that's fine. But any sensitive data is at risk, and you don't get the same encryption and protection with the free versions as you do with the paid commercial versions. It's worth paying for. Remember, when you sign up to these services, you agree to the user license agreement, which nobody reads, but it probably says that they can monitor and watch your traffic. It's something you should be aware of. Number 3, two-factor authentication. If you don't know what that is, well, it's when you try to log into something and it asks if they can call, text, email, or use another app for them to give you a code that they've sent you. And I get it, it can be a bit annoying, but so can passwords. The fact is that with passwords, they're either too easy to guess or too hard to remember. One option is to get a password manager where you can create and save complex passwords so you don't have to remember them. The issue is, you guessed it, you need a password to get into them. If you want a recommendation of a password manager, then just comment or message me. No problems at all. The good thing about two-factor authentication is that most things that you're using already, social media, banking, and online shopping, they've got it built in. But the bad thing is it's never usually turned on by default. So again, you're responsible for your cybersecurity. You need to go into the security settings and set it up, especially if you're banking. Set up the alerts too, the spending alerts. Heaven forbid you wake up one day to an empty bank account. Number 4, make sure you're using an up-to-date operating system on your device. Up-to-date operating systems also update the security patches, keeping your device safe. Don't let me catch you using Windows XP or Windows 7. You better get that Windows 10 as soon as possible. Obviously, on top of this, you want to have some dedicated antivirus software, just as an added extra layer. Lastly, online scams have gone up 400% because of these coronavirus related emails and sites that are around. Other than when they're setting up fake pages and you're literally giving them your details, most of these online threats to your data that are on websites and in emails only actually affect Windows devices. So if you're using an Apple device, you're less at risk. One thing that you could do though, as an extra precaution, is read the emails and do your browsing on a different device to the one that you do your work on. That way the two things are separate. If needs be, you could check your emails on your phone, which is a lot safer. Then when you're certain it's safe, you can view it on the computer if you need to. The same applies to web browsing. That's a list of things that you can do to protect yourself from being a victim. But what about the things you have no control of? What about when a company you have dealt with in the past has a data breach and your personal details are available on the dark web for people to buy? What if your children are on social media and being victims of cyberbullying, harassment, and somebody intending to sexually abuse them? What if someone steals your identity and to everyone that they come into contact with is you? And as you, they commit crimes, take out loans, mortgages, buy cars, even run up a big tax bill because they've been using your details to work illegally. The list is endless. Sadly, these are all very realistic and worrying scenarios, and if I could pay someone to handle all this for me, then I would. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But in just a few short months, a company that we work with is partnering with another company that will monitor you and your children's personal information with the best technology available to identify and resolve any potential threats to your identity. There's lots more, including online protection for all your devices. And for me, this can't come quick enough. And because you're here with me supporting and watching my videos, I want to let you guys benefit from the same protection that I will when it becomes available. If it's something that you would consider having for you and your family, then just go to bit.ly/identity secure. That's bit.ly/identity secure. Put in your details. I'll get in touch when it's all launched. Hope you got value from this week's Ash Wednesday. If you did, just type value. Please share this video with anyone you think could benefit, which is basically everyone. If you want a downloadable version to send in WhatsApp or any of the other platforms where you might chat with all the family members, let me know. I can send you that too.